Hello, friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Thursday, July 9th at 5 p.m. So, I know my summer plans were derailed in terms of vacation. They were derailed months ago when Europe was the hot spot in the world, right? Now that the U.S. is the hot spot in many states, what are your travel plans? Are you traveling at all? Are you driving? Are you flying? Are you staying in a hotel? Are you renting a private Airbnb? Are you going to restaurants? Are you going to cook for yourself? So many questions to consider. Now, the sad news is now many airlines have eliminated the empty middle seat on flights amid rising numbers of COVID cases throughout the USA. They've also cut down their flight numbers to probably 25 to 30% is what I'm hearing, so that the few people who are flying are going to be crammed into planes much more closely together. One other thing I heard today, which is just another, okay, you've got to be kidding me, 1,000 TSA workers just tested positive for COVID-19. Yeah, here's my ID. Let's get close and see if it's legal. Oh, sure. So they're getting exposed, therefore exposing people every single day. Okay, back to the airlines. United Airlines never promised to leave seats empty, and now American Airlines say they will stop this policy altogether. Certainly, air travel has been very slow, and I'm sure part of the decision is for them to make money in the face of decreasing economy. Supposedly, air flights or air travel has been down about 95% in the month of April. I mean, that's horrific for them. I mean, I understand the need as a company to try and get as much out of it as they can, right? The CDC has said the decision announced by American Airlines is under critical review. Robert Redfield, the CDC director, says, "We don't think it is the right message to be giving at this moment." How can you insist on social distancing yet pack a confined space like an airplane and attempt to fill all the seats? American Airlines spokesman said the airline has multiple layers of protection in place for its passengers, including requiring face coverings, enhanced cleaning procedures, and a pre-flight COVID-19 symptom checklist. Okay, yeah, well, symptom checklist, that's the key, not asymptomatic checklist, right? They also offer customers the option to change from a full flight if they choose to. I'm assuming, I did not go onto the websites to look, but I'm assuming that is a no-cost change. You know how you normally, anytime you make a change in a reservation, it's going to cost you? Well, hopefully this is one that they're giving you an option. American Airlines and United claim it's impossible to maintain 6 feet apart even with empty middle seats. So relying on air quality on a plane and other measures is what makes people safe on an airplane. American Airlines also plans to increase flights by 60% starting this week to help avoid full planes. That's not what they said on the news today. On the news, they said most airlines, I didn't specifically look that one up, were cutting flights because they're flying planes with minimal capacity of people and spending, I think it was something like $40 million in just fuel and having very low numbers of passengers. Delta, Southwest, and JetBlue say they will continue to limit capacity possibly through September. Now, other things to consider if you are traveling from a hotspot right now, such as Florida, many states require you to quarantine for 14 days. This is true for New York, so unless you are planning an extended stay, what's the point? Okay, if you're going to have to quarantine for 14 days and you're only going for a week, I mean, like, duh. And I have friends who are in New York and have been there, and they get calls to check that they are maintaining their quarantine. Unlike what I think happened here, I don't think Florida followed up with any of those regulations when New York and other places were the hot spots. I think people traveled where they wanted to. I know 1.9 million people have left New York City, so they had to go somewhere, and probably some of them came to Florida. Who knows? But in New York, they are checking people. They are taking your information when you come in and they are making sure you are staying at home. I don't know how strict they are. I don't know if people are knocking on the door, and I doubt they're watching you, but again, they're calling. Now, driving to areas with wide open spaces where social distancing is easy sounds wonderful, but everything about travel right now sounds complicated and with many variables to work out in advance. Whatever you choose to do this summer, it's your decision, it's your family's decision, but make sure you stay safe. So, that's what I got for you on travel. We got more talking about that next week. Things you can do to protect yourself and also be prepared. So, I hope you're having a great day. On that note, I will see you tomorrow for another Live in 5.